Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gene's Reviews. Reviews from a regular dude, where I do trailer reactions, I react to YouTube videos, I review YouTube channels. Occasionally, I'll review a movie, but really, I just do whatever the hell I want. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gene's Reviews. Reviews from a regular dude. Reviews from a regular dude down in the basement. A regular dude who can't talk today. Okay, I heard this guy on a podcast again. And this is from a channel called MOJAVE Mysteries. And it says UFO crash at Kingman, Arizona. Aliens, atom bombs, and flying saucers. How many of you believe in extraterrestrials and aliens? I do. I was actually in a documentary years and years ago, 1996, I think it was, where the acting was really bad. It was kind of like a really low budget unsolved mysteries type thing, and it was called what was the name of it? Anyways, I can't think of the name of it right now. I'll probably think of it here in a minute, but at the end of this video, I have a clip, and I'm going to show of what I looked like in 1996. And in this clip, there's a guy that's yelling at us, telling us that we didn't see nothing and all this stuff. So I'll show that to you at the end of this clip. Let's check this one out. It was called the UFO Diaries. That's what it was called.
How's this for a story? Atomic weapons, UFOs, aliens, and a trip to ancient Egypt. And it all happens in the Mojave. In a vast Mojave, there's two things that are easy to get.
The production value is good.
One is sunstroke, and the other is a good UFO story. And today's clicks all the boxes. During the 1950s, as the Cold War between America and the Soviet Union began to heat up, the U.S. government conducted numerous underground and open-air tests of nuclear weapons in the Mojave and surrounding deserts. Some of these massive open-air blasts, apart from the later horrific environmental and public health threats, had quite unexpected results. One such story comes from 1953, when the government conducted a huge open test at the Yucca Flats testing grounds in Nevada. The test went as expected, but years later, and to this day, stories have emerged that something else happened during the May test. The tales intertwine, but supposedly an object was either observed or tracked in the atmosphere at the time of the blast, and was later seen to streak toward the ground and crash into the rugged desert mountains to the north of Kingman, Arizona. Soon, troops and special squads were dispatched to the area to find the object and retrieve any wreckage if possible. And, as seems to be the norm in these type of stories, what they found was not so much scattered wreckage, but the almost complete hull of a spacecraft of some kind. But instead of a...
So do you think in situations like this, they accidentally shot something down, or through an explosion or something like that? Or do you think it was intentional, or what?
Wreckage, but the almost complete hull of a spacecraft of some kind. But instead of a flying saucer, it was described as being more along the lines of a flattened cigar-shaped device. But that wasn't all. Inside the strange craft were, you guessed it, the remains of several small human-like beings, with one allegedly still alive and relatively unhurt. It was obvious that he, or it, was clearly not from this planet, and it didn't take long for the alien visitor to be placed into custody, and along with the other bodies and wreckage of their craft, loaded aboard a special Air Force cargo plane and whisked off to Wright-Patterson Air Base in Ohio. The ground was swept clean, and the incident was forgotten. But was it?
Cover
now,
that
so
up.
far, this might seem kind of like a Roswell retread, and in some aspects it is. But all UFO stories have little incidents in them that either make them believable or not believable. And this one is about to take a left turn.
According to some researchers, there were other people on the ground who witnessed the crash and arrived on the scene well before the Army. Native American sheep herders in the area supposedly saw the craft come down, and upon hurrying to the site, saw the ship. But whether or not they encountered aliens, living or otherwise, is not known. But what was reported is that for some reason they decided to gather up some of the wreckage and take it away without telling anybody. Until years later, a man reportedly claimed that they had turned it over to him and he had buried it in the desert for safekeeping, stored in a large trunk. The Army never got their hands on it, and although they were supposed to have questioned the man intensely, as far as this part of the story goes, the box is still out there.
Huh.
Now the next bit of tale gets downright wacky. Supposedly, the surviving alien, now in U.S. custody, decided he would cooperate with authorities, and after introducing himself as a being named J-Rod, began to instruct and assist our scientists in figuring out his and other alien craft allegedly also kept at what must have been an awfully full hangar at Wright-Patterson. I found numerous accounts of this captured alien that contained tidbits like he loved strawberry ice cream, that his race had started out on Earth thousands of years ago before venturing into space and now had returned and hoped to live in peace with us, and that he eventually departed back to wherever,
hope to live in peace, and then we shoot it down.
by being taken to Egypt and pushed through the remains of an ancient stargate.
Now, you got to admit, this was a hell of a story. Now, it might interest you to learn that between 1949 and 1963, there were over 5 purported UFO crashes in the Mojave Desert alone. And each one of them has a story attached about the Army trying to cover stuff up, witnesses finding things, and a surviving alien. Although only this one has one that liked strawberry ice cream. Oh, and went back through a stargate. I'm M.L. Behrman. I'll see you next time.
That's kind of a cool channel, I think. Mojave Mysteries. Check it out. Subscribe to him. That's just one of many videos that he has. It doesn't surprise me at all that they're out there and the government just doesn't want us to know about it, or the military doesn't want us to know about it. They always think they know what's best for us. We don't need to know. It's on a need-to-know basis. Here's the clip. Like I said, the acting is really, really bad. Okay, this is a clip from the UFO diaries that I was talking about, that I did back in 1996. I think I was there for 12 hours, at least 12 hours that day. No, I was there more than that. I think I made $60 for it. So if you ever do extra work, don't expect to make a lot of money doing it. But this is it right here.
Jim Romansky says he has maintained for 30 years that the meteor story was the one given to
point out where I am at. You might not recognize me because I'm at. You might not recognize me because it's
what the hell was that?
25 years ago.
And the guy hollered back, "Oh, it was a meteorite." And I looked at one guy and we both bust out laughing. We knew it was no meteorite.
Along with orders to stand by that explanation.
Here I come. Right. There. There I am. I'll kill you.
With a 30-year-old debate dividing those
It's
who were in
hilarious.
Pittsburgh at the time.
Absolutely
is there any way for us
hilarious.
to really...
See, I was young once. Now, how about a joke? If 4 out of 5 people suffer from diarrhea, does that mean that one person enjoys it? Thank you, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hashtag #MeanGene, all that fun stuff. And if you like this video, tell all your friends, leave a comment down below. And if you didn't like it, then just shut up. And I will see you next time.